A relationship is made up of 4 different stages that you and your partner are going to have to work through if you truly want to work long term and are compatible for each other. And now, after being in what I'd like to say is stage 4, the happy, long-term, committed relationship, I want to take it back 3 years to when we were in stage 1, the honeymoon stage. So, me and my girlfriend had finally got together. After talking for a couple months now, we finally made it official. We were in that first stage, the honeymoon stage. The stage where everything feels truly perfect. You will not think about any of the problems that you both have. You probably won't even see a lot of those problems that you guys have just yet because you feel that love for the first time for that person. And I'd been in a relationship before, so I kind of knew what to expect on this honeymoon stage, but I still made a lot of mistakes along the way. So the first mistake that I made was that I got comfortable pretty quickly. After being single for so long, finally working on myself, I feel like I'd come such a long way to finally get into a relationship. But that came at the cost of I started getting comfortable quite quickly. I stopped having that growth mindset. I stopped thinking about my individual growth because a relationship is made up of 2 individuals who come together to make a great team. And I feel like I stopped growing separately and started relying on my partner to grow together. Even at the gym, I had that mindset of like, oh, I've got a partner now, she loves me for me, I don't need to work as hard anymore. But that's wrong, because I wasn't doing it for her. And I know that sounds bad, but I was really, in the long term, I was doing it for me, I was doing it for my health, I was doing it for my mental health. So I wanted to make sure that I was still committing to my projects, my passions. And I did that by creating certain boundaries that I may not have had in my other relationships. So I started saying, look, I need this time to go to the gym in order to work on myself. Rather than being available all the time, I had to set certain boundaries with my partner and say, look, if you really want me to show up as 100% me, as the best version of myself, I need to do these certain things. So I had to create those boundaries early on, because what you've got to remember is your partner fell in love with you for all the traits you had when you were single. So if you suddenly get in a relationship and stop doing those traits, your partner's going to kind of be like, what changed? Why are you not growing, or why are you not showing your passions? Why have you not, like, I loved you for that drive. I loved you for that passion you had. Why are you suddenly stopping it because you've now got comfortable in a relationship, right? Another mistake that I made in the honeymoon stage is that I was committed physically, I was committed mentally, but emotionally, I wouldn't say I was committed, which made me hold back a lot of things that I should have addressed. So for example, I didn't open up to my partner for a long time, right? Or I didn't communicate with my partner what love languages I preferred, and she didn't communicate her love languages. So it's this guessing game. The relationship, the honeymoon stage, is becoming this guessing game. But further down the line, I learned her biggest priorities was that I shown up there to support her when she needed support. I was there to protect her. I was there to listen to her, to help her grow, right? So I was doing a lot of things in a relationship which I thought my partner wanted in the early stages, but she didn't. So when my partner was upset about something, I didn't understand. Or when my partner wanted me to be open and to be emotionally available, I wasn't. Because I was still holding back. So until I fully committed to that relationship and was like, right, we are a team, that's when we finally saw the growth. And that all happened in stage 2. Now, stage 2 is the struggle stage. It's where probably the most important part of a relationship is, and where most relationships fail. You start seeing your partner's struggles. Maybe you're spending more time with your partner, you're seeing their ways, you're seeing their habits, you're seeing their daily things that they're doing which might not align with you. And this is a very hard part of a relationship, because a honeymoon stage, stage 1, it builds the expectations in the relationship. How you act in a honeymoon stage is easy when you get to other stages to compare your relationship to that stage. So it's important early on in the honeymoon stage you create expectations, you build boundaries, you set the standard. Because if in 2 years' time you're out of that honeymoon stage, you're in stage 2, the struggle stage, it's very easy to compare it, to be like, well, why are we not like how we were in the first month where we were all over each other, spending every day with each other, doing this, doing that, doing this. The truth is, reality in some ways kicks in. You start going, right, I am happy with this person, I'm comfortable with this person, but I'm also seeing them for who they truly are now. Now you need to make a decision to yourself in this stage. Do you accept them for who they are? Or are you going to try and change them? A massive mistake you can make in stage 2 is that you try and change your partner. Because you see them for who they truly are, and you might not like the habits they've got, you might not like something that they do, and you try and change them. But the truth is, you cannot change your partner. You have to accept them for who they are. They will change themselves. Right, so don't fall in love with the potential of who your partner could be. Fall in love with them for who they truly are, because they might not change. That's the truth. They might not want to change. And naturally, in this stage 2, you're gonna have more discussions, you're gonna have more arguments. I don't like to call them arguments. Me and my partner like calling them discussions, because we try and sit down calmly and have those discussions. A thing that me and my partner had was, when it came to communication, I was an over-communicator, she was a bit of an under-communicator in some ways. So we'd have a problem. I'd want to sort it out like this, I'd want to quickly run, come on, let's sort out, when tempers were very high. And I'm not right for this, like tempers were very high. So for her, communicating after a discussion was talking about things once she had calmed down. Once she had had that time to think, then she can sit and talk to me. She needed that little extra time to just calm herself down so that she doesn't base her decisions off her emotions, because that's what I was doing. I was getting frustrated, being like, whoa, because I hadn't calmed down. So we had to find a middle, and that's what I'll get to in the next stages. But that's just a good example of the struggles that you might come across, okay? So now let's move on to stage 3, which is the acceptance stage. So stage 3 was all about accepting and finding how we're going to move away from this, how we're going to move on from this. We had to accept, right, in order for us to move to stage 3, are we going to accept for who we are? Yes. Are we happy with who we are? Yes. Are we choosing each other? Yes. Okay, now these are the things that we have to work on individually, and these are things we have to work on as a team. And it was up to us both to change these things. There are certain things which I want, which I need, that she needs, that she wants, and we just accept that individually we still need to have that growth. And this is where the beauty, the best part of a relationship comes in, which is stage 4, which is the best feeling in the world, the long-term committed, you understand each other stage, which I'm not going to get onto just yet, because I want to emphasize these stages can take a long time. We're 2 years, 9 months in. We've just probably about got to stage 4 now, but we're still working through certain struggles. So in some ways we're still in stage 3 and we're still working on becoming better partners. So for example, for me, I used to go to the gym in the very early stages of a relationship just on my own. But my partner, it was a big value for her. So we crafted routines which allowed both of us to go together. So let me clarify, in stage 4, I'm not saying you have to stop becoming 2 individuals and now become a team. No, your relationship is a team, but you are still individually, you are so much more driven with a purpose individually to become better people for yourself as well as for your partner. Like now, me and my partner are growing so much individually, like we're hitting the gym, we're working hard, we're kind of driving towards our future values individually. And that makes us as a team amazing. So if you're watching this and you're in the early stages of a relationship or you're dating somebody, I want you to start thinking ahead a little bit. Now, some of these lessons are things you just have to learn on the way based on who your partner is, but there are a couple questions that you can kind of ask yourself that I want you to ask yourself in the early stages to see if long-term you and your partner are the perfect fit for each other. What do I value most? If you could put it to 5 things, ask yourself, what would you value in a partner? Does that partner meet those 3 most important values to you? Now the next is, am I dating this person for who they are or for the potential they could become? And the final question, are you growing individually in that relationship? You don't want to lose yourself in a relationship. It's very difficult to come back once you've lost yourself. It's possible, but it is very difficult. So try and think if you're growing in that relationship individually. Are you becoming a better person? Are they allowing you to grow? Because that is one of the most important things, because as I said, you are 2 individuals who are coming together to make a good team. Thank you very much for watching. If you are a man who wants to improve their relationship, self-improvement, their fitness, and wants to become better men with other men, because it's not easy all the time talking with your partner. It's good to be able to talk with your male friends about certain things, and come and join my free community. It's completely free. We've got 200 members in there now. It's growing so quickly. I'm so happy to see so many people coming in there and becoming better people. Thank you so much for watching this video. Take care and peace.